Your teen didn't stop talking overnight. Silence doesn't just appear, it builds slowly, one interaction at a time. Most parents assume distance is just part of growing up. But in many cases, teens aren't pulling away because they want freedom. They're pulling away because they don't feel safe being fully themselves. Before we talk about behavior, attitudes, or discipline, there's something more important to understand. When teens feel constantly observed instead of understood, communication quietly shuts down. And it usually starts with something parents don't even realize they're doing. Let's begin there. Reason 1. When privacy feels like surveillance. One of the earliest moments teens start withdrawing is when their personal space no longer feels personal. Many parents believe checking a room, flipping through a notebook, or moving things around is harmless. But for a teen, these moments send a powerful message. Your inner world isn't respected. Psychologists who study adolescent development have found that repeated privacy violations don't create openness, they create caution. Teens stop sharing naturally and begin protecting themselves emotionally. What parents experience as concern, teens experience as mistrust. And once trust weakens, conversation becomes guarded. Instead of talking, teens adapt by hiding, because hiding feels safer than being misunderstood. Reason 2. Phone checks without open dialogue. Once privacy feels unstable in physical spaces, the same pattern often moves into digital ones. Phones are more than screens for teens. They're where friendships live, emotions are processed, and social identities form. When parents check phones without discussion or consent, teens don't feel guided, they feel inspected. Studies on teen digital behavior show that frequent phone checks don't reduce risk, they shift it. Teens simply move conversations to places parents can't see. Over time, phone inspections stop feeling like safety measures and start feeling like silent accusations. And when teens feel accused, they stop explaining. They don't open up. They log out. Reason 3. Overusing location tracking. As monitoring increases, it often extends beyond conversations and into movement. Location tracking can be helpful in emergencies, but when every stop is questioned and every delay requires explanation, teens stop feeling trusted. Research shows excessive monitoring increases anxiety and damages independence. Teens begin to feel like their freedom comes with constant evaluation. Instead of learning responsibility, they learn to limit what they share. Plans become vague, details disappear, not because they're hiding danger, but because constant justification is exhausting. Safety should feel supportive, not suffocating. Reason 4. Monitoring their social media world. That same pressure often follows teens into their online lives. Many parents believe monitoring social media keeps teens safe, but psychology tells a different story. Teens need spaces where they can explore identity without supervision. When parents watch everything, teens don't stop expressing themselves. They simply stop doing it where parents can see. What remains visible is a filtered version, safe, polite, incomplete. Authentic connection doesn't grow through observation. It grows through voluntary sharing. Reason 5. Turning friendships into interrogations. As trust continues to thin, even friendships start to feel risky to talk about. When every new name triggers intense questioning, teens begin protecting relationships by keeping them private. Not because the friends are dangerous, but because the process is stressful. Studies show that heavy interrogation doesn't lead to better choices. It leads to less disclosure. Teens want guidance, not investigations. Interest, not suspicion. When sharing feels safe, honesty follows. When it doesn't, silence replaces it. Reason 6. Invading their private thoughts. And then there's the most damaging boundary crossing of all, accessing a teen's private thoughts. Diaries, notes, and personal reflections are emotional safe spaces. Reading them without permission doesn't just break a rule, it breaks trust at its core. Psychologists emphasize that private reflection is essential for emotional growth. When that space is violated, teens often shut down emotionally or stop expressing themselves entirely. What hurts most isn't just the action, it's the realization that nowhere feels private anymore. Once that safety is gone, rebuilding trust takes time, humility, and honesty. Reason 7. Removing personal space entirely. Finally, there's the quiet removal of personal space altogether. Rules like no closed doors or constant hovering may feel protective, but they send a powerful message. Privacy isn't allowed here. Research shows teens without personal space don't become more honest, they become more guarded. Without space, teens don't stop behaviors, they stop sharing. Everyone needs moments without an audience. Teens are no different. Privacy isn't secrecy, it's how trust survives. Most teens aren't trying to hide from their parents. They're trying to protect themselves emotionally. When trust replaces control, communication slowly returns. When respect replaces surveillance, connection rebuilds. If you want your teen to open up later, make sure they feel safe being real today.